Let's bring in Ray Morrison.
It's a ruptured Achilles tendon for Andrew Green. He will not be back in the ball game, and that's a big blow to the Riders as far as their offensive line is concerned. Guys, back to you.
That is a big blow. The Riders, like the Argos, have had some injury problems along the offensive line. First down, Gulliford trying to make something happen, and he's barely got a yard. Kelly Wilshire.
Well, with Andrew Green out of the lineup, that means backup Rob Lazio goes in there.
And Lazio does not have a great deal of CFL starting experience.
Not at all. He's been around the CFL for 5 years, but hasn't started a whole lot. So a little bit makeshift, and he's on the backside. He's on Steve Sarkisian's left side. So when Sarkisian rolls to his right and is looking downfield, that backside is exposed a little bit.
Lazio also had an injured arm and missed a couple of games at the start of the season. Sarkisian will get a first down from Eric Gulliford. Nice move after making the catch by Gulliford to just find the area he had to get to for a first down.
Last year, Gulliford played 5 games with the New Orleans Saints and really was actually got some playing time down there. Had 10 catches for over 100 yards in those 5 games with the Saints, and 16 games before that the year before with the New Orleans Saints. So he's got some NFL experience, and he's really provided a deep threat for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Riders with a first down at the 50. Mike Sanders. And that's good running for Saunders inside.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what he did? He was patient. You know, sometimes those backs like to hit the hole hard, but he could see that his offensive line were doing a nice job of blocking, so he just was patient and waited for them to open up the hole. And of course, last week he had the big game.
Couple of touchdown receptions last week for Saunders from Steve Sarkisian in the late going to make it a little more respectable for Saskatchewan against the BC Lions. One of the reasons Sarkisian starts tonight. John Daniels broke one. The Riders running at the Argonauts.
The old tendency breaker offensively. You know, you give it to Mike Saunders, you know he's going to be the feature back for sure and get the ball all the time, and you're running the football.
2 markers down in the area where Daniels was tackled. Sarkisian talks it over with a head man, Cal Murphy.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Toronto, number 26. First down, Saskatchewan.
Kelly Wilshire cost the Argos some precious yards here with 6:16 to go, third quarter. Saskatchewan march continues down at the Argonaut 18.
Let's see what Kelly Wilshire did to get an unnecessary roughness call. Must have got the wrong number because Kelly Wilshire was just in on the tackle.
Saskatchewan will take the penalty in the yard. Sarkisian on first down. And he has Don Narcisse.
They're going to give it to him, and there's his catch. The streak is alive.
202 consecutive games for Narcisse with at least 1 catch. And usually to keep that streak alive, the Riders like to get it to him earlier and in a less crucial situation than right now.
That's right. But he'll take it. It was very good catch along the sideline because tight coverage from Donald Smith on the corner. He was all over Don Narcisse, and somehow he still came up with the catch and kept his feet in bounds because he was right along that sideline.
He has played 202 games of Canadian football in a splendid career and made at least 1 catch in every one of those.
And what's amazing about that and all that streak, over 200 catches, 26 different wide receivers have played the opposite side of the field during that time.
Not to mention a number of coaches who've been in charge. John Daniels, he's down to about the 3. Demetrius Maxey made the tackle, but Daniels can run over people when he gets ahead of steam up.
He got a pretty good block from the backup, too. Rob Lazio came up and with a nice block on the play to help Sean Daniels pick up that yardage.
Usman Tunkara off the bench and in a 5-receiver pack. for Saskatchewan. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Sean Daniels takes it the rest of the way. A penalty kept the drive alive and kept the Riders going. And they got what they needed, a touchdown with the wind at their backs.
They got to get what they can while they have the wind at their backs. You're absolutely right. This is exactly what they need. And now 10 points with the wind in the third quarter because they only have just under 5 minutes left with the wind, and then they hand it over to the Argonauts with the wind at their back.
Coming into this game, Paul McCallum has kicked 79 consecutive converts. That one sails through as well. However, there's a marker down. Here's the touchdown. Here's Sean Daniels into the end zone to pad the Rough Rider lead.
Swipe your club card at Safeway for automatic $1 million touchdown to win entry. If your name appears, you've won a vacation trip or two to Mexico. You'll fly Air Transat and stay at the hotel to Cameron Los Cocos, all courtesy of World of Vacations, Canada's #1 tour operator to the sun. Swipe your club card at Safeway today. Swipe your club card at Safeway and receive a bonus $1 million touchdown to win entry when you purchase Nabob Coffee, Campbell's Chunky Soup, Kellogg's Honey Frosted Mini Wheats. Swipe your club card for everyday great savings and your chance to win $1 million at Safeway.
5 yards. Convert attempt again.
Procedure called against Saskatchewan on the convert.
So they're going to have to kick the convert again.
They had 20 points on the board. They've taken one off. It now reads 19-4 Rough Riders. Should not be a big problem.
Well, no, in fact, it makes it a little easier. Back up an extra 5 yards, and it's easier for the kicker now.
Now, the score reads 20-4, 16 points, separating the Argonauts from the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Key game for both teams. Land the Argos off to a slow start. Lots of injuries and lots of new faces in their lineup. The Roughriders off to an even slower start with 3 losses in 3 games.
Yeah, when you think of the Argos, you got 2 wins. Hamilton has 2 wins. The Argos have the 1 win. Winnipeg, of course, with their 2nd win last night versus the BC Lions. So, the Argos want to stay in the fight. The Riders, on the other hand, looking for their 1st win to get back in the fight.
The Riders want to get in.
Yeah, they just want to start. There's the drive, of course. Major penalty against the Argonauts. Now, they called Kelly Wilshire. I didn't see him do anything wrong. They may have got the wrong number on the penalty. Nevertheless, that was the key play. It kept the drive alive, and it was capped off by the Sean Daniels touchdown.
Defensively, the Saskatchewan Roughriders have looked an awful lot better tonight. Sarkisian has provided a spark. He didn't start off terrifically well in the sense of moving the team with long drives, but he's been steady.
Well, the key play was a penalty, and we got to go back to it one more time because I seriously didn't see Kelly Wilshire do anything wrong on the play. Kelly Wilshire is going to move across number 26, okay? Now here he comes to get in the tackle. There he is right there. He's going to come across and get in the tackle on Sean Daniels. He just dives across and then kind of rolls along the ground. Now Humphreys is on top of him. I didn't see Humphreys really do anything as that play continued either. I'm just wondering which number was the actual penalty, because I certainly didn't see one at the point of attack.
Jim Barker won his first last week, wanted to make it 2 in a row here, but Taylor Field has been tough on the Toronto Argonauts in the 90s. Argos came in here last year and lost. The year before, they also lost, and that was the season opener for a team last year that really had a lot to prove after a couple of Grey Cups. Callum with the wind at his back. Saskatchewan with a 16-point lead. By Clemens. Clemens Look to be stopped, and here's the return of the night for Mike Clemens. And he can do that, and has so many times turned things around. Travis Smith finally got over to make the stop. The return is 42 yards, and Clemens should have been nailed a long way back.
What a huge play by Mike Clemens to get his team back in this. Now they're down, but they got the wind in their face, and Mike Clemens has just given them field position. If Jay Barker can take the football now, put together 2 or 3 first downs, even if he has to punt the ball away, they have made the Saskatchewan Roughriders drive the length of the field to get any more points with the win. That's a huge play from Mike Clemens.
First and 10. Argos at the Rider 48. Behind Clemens, who was falling down. He lost his footing, and Barker couldn't connect. Saskatchewan won on July 3rd. Mayfield had a night. Looking back to 1998 again, Saskatchewan winning by 3 on October 3rd. So the Riders beat the Argonauts twice last year.
Cal Murphy hopes the trend continues when it comes to this team.
Second and 10. Argos with 5 receivers in. Barker had to unload in a hurry, and pressure made him throw it. Tyrone Brown was the target, but Barker had people all around.
Well, he went with an empty set, no backs in the backfield, and he got a little stun up front. Nothing too fancy, but great pressure up front by Mike Lawson enabled Travis Smith to get open. Here's what Jay Barker had to look at. Travis Smith right in his face, had to just try and throw it away from his back foot.
So Prefontaine to Bailey. Can't turn the corner. 37 on the punts, and Glenn Young leading the tacklers that time for Toronto.
Well, how big of as a factor has Michael Lawson been to this lineup for the defense for the Saskatchewan Roughriders? He takes a double team right here and springs Travis Smith. That's why the Riders have the football back, because on that second down play, Michael Lawson created a lot of problems up front.
Adding Lawson has allowed the Roughriders to get stronger in a couple of positions defensively.
Oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Did I?
Sarkisian good on 13 of 19 for 133 for Saskatchewan. Shovels it ahead. Daniels stopped by Martavius Houston.
Now this will likely be the last drive that Steve Sarkisian has with the win.
Lots of time to put something together. 2:48 if he can drive the length of the field and come up with 3, or better still 6. Sarkisian brought it down, and that one intended for Bailey. Coverage was very tight.
And Donald Smith has been all over him, and you know the corners for the Argos have been playing pretty well. Donald Smith and Adrian Smith, the 2 bookends out there on the corners, they've been playing well. They've been allowed Don Narcisse just the 1 catch and had about 4 or 5 knockdowns combined in this game.
Hands clean, Toronto, hands clean. 38, 38, 38.
So the Riders will kick it away, and the Argonauts may be looking at a change of direction here. McCallum booms this one. Clemens had a great return last time. Got a block there. And he's out to midfield, a 50-yard boomer. And Clemens gets the Argos out to midfield now. Jim Barker will look to his backup, Jimmy Kemp, to see if he can get something going for this Argonaut offense.
He won't hesitate to put Jimmy Kemp in the game. They've made it very clear that Jay Barker is the future and is the guy that's going to start for him at quarterback. But that's why they traded for Jimmy Kemp. He's a veteran that can come in, settle things down, try and get some offense together and change the pace.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown yet, but he hasn't thrown an interception either. Jimmy Kemp at the controls for the Argos. And his first pass is right on the money. Stefan Pasek, number 14, makes his first reception of the ball game, but there's a marker down.
Coming back, holding Argos. Another crucial penalty against the Argos, because Jimmy Kemp comes in one throw, already gives him a little momentum. It's going to be all wiped
65.
out.
First down repeated.
That's T.J. Ackerman.
Hey, he's had a couple tonight.
Lines up at left tackle for the Argos. He's a rookie in the Argo offensive scheme. Jay Barker will watch, at least for the time being.
Yeah, and Jim Barker said that's one of the reasons he'll bring him out of the game. Not only because he wants to change the pace with Jimmy Kemp, but also to let Jay Barker watch from the sideline for a series or two. Doesn't mean he won't be back in.
Kemp. And that one was tipped. Ryan Terry was the target. And one Argonaut had a shot at making the catch, Patrick Kessie.
A lot of pressure from the Saskatchewan front seven. They've really come to play tonight. I mean, there's a great surge up front. Rich Young was involved. Arkel Trueluck not giving away his contain. And of course, Bombadil Ali from the outside.
Second and 20. The Argonauts back at the 45. It'll be a procedure call against Toronto.
The Saskatchewan front seven looked like they were in starters blocks.
Procedure, Toronto, number 54. Still second down.
You know, and I don't blame Patrick Kessie there, because, you know, all 7 of the Saskatchewan defenders up front looked like they were in starters blocks, and they were getting that rolling start. Like, watch them all. They're in starters blocks. Look at these guys. They're ready to go after the quarterback. Willie Pless was rolling up to the line of scrimmage as well. Linebackers are sneaking in. Look at them roll. They're coming. And they're coming again now.
Here's the heat. Kemp looks to the far side. Pasek. Did he stay in bounds? Likely not. Andre Kerwin couldn't hang in, so Kemp is out in a hurry. And Saskatchewan will have 48 seconds with a football and a win.
Well, nothing Kemp could do there. I mean, a couple of penalties puts it right behind the 8 ball. No way he can come out of that one. He just wants to make sure he doesn't turn the ball over down there and try and keep this little bit of field position advantage that they have.
Riders are looking for a timeout down there to see if they can hang on to the wind advantage a few more seconds. Might even get 2 plays out of this if you can make it work for you.
Oh, no question. In 48 seconds, you could probably, you know, 3 or 4 plays.
But an extra 2 with the timeout.
With the timeout, yeah, you had a couple more. That's right.
Prefontaine coming in was averaging a little more than that, 48.1.
Head kicking that old Saskatchewan prairie wind off.
He was an all-star last year in his rookie year. Gulliford again. Took it on the run. 41 seconds on the clock. Fred Perry leading the tacklers.
Well, who will it be next time the Argos get the football? Jay Barker, who now has the headset on and finished with sort of this kind of day, 10 of 18. Not a huge day, obviously, or night for Jay Barker, but you never know. He may be back in the football game. Jim Barker told us right before this one that he might just have him watch a couple of series every now and then. Jimmy Kemp in there. If Jimmy Kemp gets something going, he stays in. Either way, they're going to have to win when they see the ball again.
Riders have 40 seconds to work with. Markers are down as Sarkisian fired high. This one may go against Saskatchewan. Rob Lazio holding, do you think?
Well, once again, this has been a game that has had quite a few penalties. Some of the phantom nature.
Holding, Saskatchewan, number 50. Repeat first down.
Lazio is in relief of, or in place of, I should say, Andrew Green, who's gone for the night and for some time with a serious injury this evening.
Yeah, Achilles tendon, that's the year.
Narcisse to the near side. This is 1st and 20 Roughriders. 13 seconds on the clock till three-quarter time. Sarkisian away from the first wave of Argonauts. Narcisse made the catch and couldn't get around a swarming group of Argos down there led by Wilshire.
Well, the second effort by Don Narcisse just allowed the Argos probably to receive the punt with the wind at their back. I mean, this is great second effort, and you want to see this every time your receiver catches the football.
But he ran the clock down to 0.
Right, he ran it down to zeros, which means Paul McCallum will now be kicking into the wind instead of kicking with the wind. Well, now Cal Murphy has been up there. He said that whistle blew with 2 seconds left. And I think he may have won the argument.
It's zeros on the clock in the stadium right now, but they'll put a couple more on.
Oh, there you go. There's the 2. Yeah, Cal Murphy went up there and argued the fact that there was 2 seconds left when Don Narcisse went down. He was yelling at him to get down because he wanted to make sure, even if he knew he wasn't going to get the first down, he was too far away, but he wanted to punt with the wind. That's a big difference in field position.
It's 2nd and 10, and the Riders will punt on 2nd down, just to take advantage of the wind.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's important to get the Argos deep in their end to start the 4th quarter with the wind at their back.
So McCallum is in looking for one more big one with the wind at his back. Pinball waits near the 25. Whoa! He nailed that one. Pinball is chased back into his end zone. He'll take it out, however. Oh, could be a face mask there, but no flag. The way he stopped, I thought someone might have grabbed him by the face mask. Paul McCallum booms a 60-yarder on the final play of the 3rd quarter to pin the Argos deep.
You're watching Adidas Friday Night Football, and we're at the quarter. Brought to you by 1-800-HI-IT'S-ME. It's the cheapest way to call. Collect.
All right, folks, now if you were with us before the game, our quarterback here was very adamant about the Argos letting their quarterback play. Well, they didn't listen. Jay Barker is out, Jimmy Kemp's in, and you're not too happy.
I'm really not happy. Nothing against Jimmy Kemp. I think he's a fine quarterback, but this is a perfect situation for Jay Barker to learn. He's going to have the wind at his back. He's going to have to play some catch-up football, let the young quarterback learn early in the season as opposed to when it gets really critical, late in October, early November, when you're looking for that 3rd or 2nd spot in the playoffs. It's going to be important for this young man to play. Now he's on the bench.
And, Matt, 9 times out of 10, I would agree with you, but not in this instance, because when I look at Kemp right now, he's a little bit shell-shocked. He's adjusting his feet to avoid the pass rush rather than adjusting his feet to complete passes. He's not stepping up in the pocket. He's more aware of the pass rush and what's coming at him than he is the coverage. I really don't think they have a choice because I'm not sure if Jimmy Kemp really is that aware of what's happening past the football. What he's thinking about right now is survival. You get into survival mentality, you're not going to make...
Chris, he doesn't have a running game. Jimmy Kemp doesn't have a running game. They're going to have to throw the football. It'll be interesting to see how Kemp handles his 4th quarter because I'd like to see Jay Barker have a situation or have an opportunity to handle this 4th quarter. But running game, he doesn't have a chance,
right,
Chris,
but to me it's a
to
confidence
stand in the
issue.
pocket. Jimmy Kemp doesn't have a chance, too.
All right. You know, you say 9 out of 10 you agree with him. So far, 2 out of 2 in the last 2 times you guys have been talking, you haven't agreed. You're not getting along anymore. I don't like to see
I love him just the same.
4th quarter action, Saskatchewan 15 minutes away from their first victory of the season. Let's send you back to Regina. Calm down in here.
They're getting ornery and control.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long 15 minutes for Saskatchewan to hang on here, even with a 16-point lead.
You mentioned there could have been a face mask, John, and it was very, very close. Usman Sankara gets out there, but he does grab Claw. He grabbed all of Pinball's jersey, not the face mask, so that was a good no call.
Just the way he stopped, it looked a little suspicious. No foul, no flag. First down, Argos. Beginning at the 12-yard line. Kemp control in the fourth quarter with a win. And he's out to the 25-yard line. Tyrone Brown made the catch.
You know, just to throw one more thing in, what they were talking about in control with the running game and things like that, I think, you know, the Argos also can think right now of screen draw. You know, and right now you can take advantage of an aggressive front seven. The guys are coming up front for Saskatchewan. Sometimes when you hit the stunt the right way and you got the draw called, goes a late. Well, here we go.
A little draw to Ryan Terry.
See, that kind of play will keep them honest up front. Now they're going to have to check that. Make sure that they don't try that again before they go on after Kemp. It might give them an extra second in the pocket. So even though they got the win now, they got a lot of points to come back from. They got to keep them honest with a few running plays every now and then.
And Jay Barker with the headset on, watching Jimmy Kemp on 2nd and 5, out near the 30. Kemp. Pinball made the catch, and Smith laid a hit on him. Mario Smith on Mike Pinball Clemens, and they're both still shaking down there.
Hello.
Wasn't it Mario on Mike Morelli last year?
Yeah, and Morelli came up with a catch in the first down, but it still was a huge hit. And here it is again. Watch Mario Smith right in the middle of your screen, and pow.
Perfectly timed.
Man, look at it. Look at him come. He's right in the center of your picture. Here he comes. He's got the bullseye. It's the number 31. Delivers a blow. That's being the hammer, not the nail.
Argos a half a yard short of a first down. They'll gamble here on 3rd. And should have it with no markers down. Kemp himself carries for the first down on a gamble by Jim Barker.
You know, and full credits to Pinball Clemens. I mean, that was a huge hit from Mario Smith, and
not only did he hang on to the football, he jumped up.
He hung on, he jumped up to say, hey, that didn't hurt me. It looked good, but didn't hurt me. But more importantly for his team, he hung on to the football.
Argos move the chains, 20-4. Saskatchewan on top. We're in the final quarter. Argos with a win and a first down. Kemp takes off, quarterback draw. Almost tripped up, but he's still going and dragged down by the sweater by Mario Smith at the 50. Kemp saw something and took advantage. Not noted as a running quarterback, but he comes up with 23.
Well, this is what I'm talking about with stunting front seven from Saskatchewan. They're hitting different holes, and they're coming with a lot of pressure. See Lawson take a side. Travis Smith went to the outside on the stunt, and when Kemp saw that, he saw the open up, and he just said, okay, I'm taking a quarterback draw.
Argos first down, sideline pattern, he one-hopped it. Andre Kerwin tried to make it look good.
The sideline official just got overruled. He called it a catch. Andre Kerwin is arguing because he's called it a catch, and the sideline official went over there and called it a catch. He was waved off.